What's up, guys? I'm Jimmy Williams, and today we're going to bring you another episode of Struttin Wild. This hunt was from April 19th, and it was actually the hunt for my first turkey. So Friday morning, I was on my way home from school, and I got a call from Trevor, and he told me he was going to check some of his properties, see if he couldn't find some birds to put us on, and he asked me to do the same. So when I got home that day, I went to the properties, and I checked everywhere I could, and I could not find any birds. So I came over here that night, and I was going to tell him, and he was like, I found some birds. I think we got a shot at them tomorrow. And he had some footage of that, and we're going to show you that footage now before we get into the hunt. So Trevor was able to watch those birds go to roost, and we were able to get a game plan together for the next morning. And me and him were both fired up to get out there and see what we could do.
The coyote's back.
What?
The coyote's back.
Where at? Oh, I see it.
So that next morning we were able to get out there and get set up, and we didn't love our setup because I was a little exposed and Trevor was a little bit behind me with the camera, but we decided it was our best bet and we stuck with it. And after about 20 minutes, these turkeys flew down into the corner of the field, but it was about another 30 minutes before we were able to get our eyes on them. And from there, we knew it was just a waiting game. The turkeys were going to come into range and I'd get my tom. But after about 20 to 25 minutes, something caught my eye across the field. It was a coyote. And it started working in closer to this group of turkeys. And I was like, man, this hunt is over. I told Trevor, I was like, these turkeys will not stay in this field with this coyote here. And after a couple minutes or so, this coyote went back into the woods, and I was like, oh, sigh of relief. I thought the hunt was back on. These turkeys were still in the field. And then this coyote came back out, this time even closer. And at this point, he was just playing games with us because he went back in and then he was coming back out. And each time he got a little bit closer. And finally, he turned around and he didn't come back. And the turkey started to go a little bit closer to the woods. But then all of a sudden something changed and this turkey came in running. And we had that footage for you now.
Do not screw this up now, there, fun.
It might help you though, Jimmy.
It might help me.
Yeah, but it might hurt just as easy. Where's the second tom?
He's in the back, bringing up the rear.
I still can't see him yet. I think I see him.
How far you reckon they are right now?
What, 75, 80?
I was thinking about 70. Dude, what is this coyote's problem?
That coyote don't have a chance though. That's the thing.
I know you don't. Come on, come back this way.
Where'd the coyote go?
I don't see him. Maybe he turned around again. But they're heading back to the corner.
Yeah.
Man, that gobbler's fighting the urge to come this way. There's the coyote again.
I see it.
Keep coming. Keep it Break up with your girlfriend on board.
Do what?
I said break up. He's coming, Trevor.
Alright, Jimmy. Take your time. Hey, if he just keeps coming, just let him come.
Oh, I'm going to.
Is that the one with the beard right there?
That's the one with the beard.
Just be still, take your time. Shoot, shoot,
I
shoot,
can't get
shoot,
my...
shoot. Shoot him. Heck yes, Jimmy!
Hey, who said you can't stop the flock, baby? Was that on camera?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, he is
Jimmy boy. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to let him. He was gonna go to the decoy, I think, until I called.
I was just worried about, I couldn't get my gun up to see it so fast.
Yeah.
As soon as he turned and you had him gobble,
Yeah.
that distracted him long enough for me to get that gun up.
He was gonna go to the decoy.
Oh, he was coming in. He was mad.
That brush is in between me and the decoy, so I was like, I need to go and shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna be able to stop him, but he was running.
Sure.
Are they still out there?
Yeah, they're still out there.
Look.
Nah, they're coming this way. They're coming to take him out. He ain't going nowhere. Right now, probably 60 yards still. But he's coming in after him. Get these jeans out. Yeah, but he might cut back. I wish he'd cut back. This would be a sweet hunt.
Hey, it's a sweet hunt already.
Oh no, I know. I thought that coyote had us beat.
Jimmy, I'm proud of you, man.
I can't thank you enough, Trevor. I cannot thank you enough.
Dad, you pumped up. He come charging that decoy.
It's just when I thought we were losing him too.
I don't know if they couldn't see that decoy something else. When he finally decided he's coming.
Dude, that was sweet. I put a dang good shot.
He put a smack down on him.
Hey Trevor,
What?
I was still today.
There you are.
And you were able to get him on camera?
Yeah.
Oh man. Not only is my first hunt on camera, we finally got a kill on camera. The only thing that would make this better now is if that coyote would come check him out. Put a smack down on him too.
So as you can see, everything worked out for us, and that turkey did come in, and I was able to put a good shot on him. And I shot pretty quick because me and Trevor had talked about it, and because I was so far out in the open, we were going to put the shot on the turkey first, and if it was on camera, it was on camera. And fortunately for us, we were able to get both. And as I said earlier, it was my first turkey, and I was beside myself. I was jumping up and down. You can probably see it in the video. I really, still to this day, I get excited when I think about it. That hunt plays through my head at least twice a day. And so I called my dad. He was the first person I called. He was overseas at the time. I called him and let him know he was happy for me. But, I mean, I didn't know it was a double beard. And we were looking through it, and I looked at the beard, and I was like, man, Trevor, I thought the beard was bigger than this. And I picked it up, and the other beard flopped out, and I was like, oh my God, this is a double beard. My first turkey was a double beard. Blew my mind. But I really couldn't have asked for much more out of that hunt. I really got to thank God for this one, and thank Trevor too. I couldn't have done this without him. So for that, I thank him. And he was able to bring this turkey back to life for me, as you can see here. So he did a great job with that too. And yeah, I'm just really thankful this hunt worked out the way it did, and I was able to get everything. I was able to get that turkey on the ground.
He's got a wispy little beard, don't he? He does something. That's crazy.
Is it wild?
That's wild. It's a wild turkey. Is that where I first hit him?
Oh no, there's a lot more there.
Look where I domed him. Looking at that, thinking Did you know that?
No, not until you just put it down. So you got your first turkey in it.
Trevor. I saw that. That was all I saw because that was tucked under. I was like, I swear that beard looked bigger. Oh, let's see if that'll pick up.
Well, now I get to head home with my turkey. Thanks for watching another episode of Struttin' Wild, and we'll be back with another one soon.
Good thing I've been in the gym. I might not be able to carry this thing out had I not. Well, this just made final week a little bit better.